Welcome back to the Saturday Night League. This is Season 2, Episode 1. I am your host, Slick, co-commissioner of the league. You might notice I'm by myself. That is because KxngTrizz, who is still the commissioner of the league, had a new baby. So congratulations, KxngTrizz. You are winning outside of the Fantasy Football League. We want to wish KxngTrizz and his family, especially his wife, a speedy recovery as they navigate this new chapter of having two babies now. She was born 3 days before the draft, so he will be trying to adjust. He won't be here, at least for the first part of the podcast, until he finds a rhythm to where he can join us. So we just want to say that we are thinking of him, thinking of his family, and congratulations. Now, let's get straight into business. The draft happened. It was a good draft, not too much drama. Teams drafted well, except for maybe one, but we'll get into that. We have everyone returning except for She Loved When I Touched Down. He is not going to be able to, well, he wasn't able to last year, but as well this year, not going to be able to put in the amount of time, the amount of dedication for the league. So he decided to drop out. To replace Cleef, we have JD Grams. JD Grams, this is his first time playing fantasy football. We said we'd take it easy on him. We show him the ropes, but you know, you can only do so much for someone. So we will teach him as we go. But after that, it's every man for himself. But in honor of Cleef leaving, we have a new addition to the league. We have a new trophy, and it's named the Auto Cleef Trophy. So it's addition to the ring. Anyone who wins will get a ring and will get the Auto Cleef Trophy. It's a very nice trophy. I can't wait for you guys to see it. We'll probably see it later this year when it gets delivered to last year's winner. It's going to be shipped to last year's winner. And then going forward, everyone who wins will receive a ring and the Auto Cleef Trophy. So shout out to Cleef, still keeping your team alive, naming it the Auto Cleef Trophy. And if you see this, I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Speaking of last year's champion was, in fact, drumroll please, we all know it wasn't Central C. It was not Central C. Central C did not win, but it was none other than Pico de Guapo. Pico de Guapo currently has the ring. He is the first champion of Saturday Night League. Congratulations, Pico. You had a good season. Like they say, you just need to make it to the playoffs, which he did. Beat everybody in the playoffs, and he has the championship. So he has the ring. He'll get his trophy soon. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Can't wait for him to see it. I'm sure he'll be on later in the season to show you guys. And yeah, congratulations, Pico de Guapo. Now, moving on. We had an entertaining draft, as I said earlier. Everyone relatively drafted clean. Not too many mistakes. I know I had a mistake, but I'll get into that. So I'll throw up the draft rounds and who picked who. So first round, first pick was C Blizzy. C Blizzy, King Swindler. Yes, the snitch. He picked Christian McCaffrey. He had number one pick. He saw Christian McCaffrey, you know, the numbers that he can put up. So he went with him. Smart decision. Second pick was Central C with CeeDee Lamb. Team Donnie, third pick, Bijan Robinson. Houston Boy got Josh Allen. Now, during the draft, we were a little confused as to why you get a quarterback in your first round. Maybe he sees something, he knows something that we don't, but that's not my strategy. That's not anyone's strategy. But we'll see. Hopefully it works out for Houston Boy. Don't get swindled again. Travis Kelce went fifth to JD Grams. As I said, JD Grams is his first time playing fantasy football. I'm sure he will be joining us as well later this season. But Travis Kelce, again, we usually take running backs and wide receivers, first round, second round, maybe even third rounds. But he went Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, we know we can put up numbers, so we'll see. So this is where a little bit of drama comes in, because Houston Boy and JD Grams left Tyreek Hill in the draft. who fell into them boys' lap. Literally, I believe that is the steal of the draft, steal of the year, because who would have thought Tyreek would have dropped to 6? That's insane to me. I would have thought Houston boy would have grabbed him because we know the Miami ties run deep with him, and that's the top player in the league, but he didn't take him. So Tyreek Hill at 6 to them boys. At 7th, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown going to Thelonious Punt, Jamar Chase to Pico, Justin Jefferson, great pickup to KxngTrizz, and Jonathan Taylor to myself, Slick. Second round, I'll go a little quicker. Puka Nacua to Slick, Saquon Barkley, KxngTrizz, Breece Hall, Pico de Guapo, A.J. Brown, Thelonious Punt, Garrett Wilson, them boys, James Cook, J.D. Grams, Stephon Diggs, Houston boy, Devontae Adams, Team Donnie, Jahmyr Gibbs, Central C, Chris Olave, C Blizzy. Third round, Kyren Williams, C Blizzy, Derrick Henry, Central C, which is a amazing pickup now that he's on the Ravens. That play action game is going to be crazy. So shout out to Central C. Trey McBride, Team Donnie, CJ Stroud, Houston boy, Patrick Mahomes, JD Grams, another early quarterback pick. I don't know. Houston boy and JD Graham, maybe they're in cahoots. Maybe they talk to each other, pick up quarterbacks early. Rashad White, them boys, Isaiah Pacheco, Thelonious Punt, Travis Etienne Jr., Pico de Guapo, Michael Pittman Jr. to KxngTrizz, and Brandon Ayuk to myself, Slick. Fourth round, this is where I made my mistake. I picked up Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know what happened. I wanted to get Kamara. I did not get Kamara, so KxngTrizz took Kamara. Hopefully he doesn't have a good season this year, but it's okay. So I took the chance on Marvin Harrison Jr. Nico Collins, Pico de Guapo, Josh Jacobs, Thelonious Punt, Sam Laporta, them boys, Nick Chubb to J.D. Grams, Devon Achane, Houston boys, Jalen Hurts to Team Donnie, Mike Evans, Central C, J.D. Moore, C Blizzy. Fifth round, Deebo Samuel, C Blizzy, Devontae Smith, Central C, Joe Mixon, Team Donnie, DK Metcalf, Houston boy, Tyler Conklin, J.D. Grams, Kenneth Walker III, them boys, Lamar Jackson, Thelonious Punt, Mark Andrews, Pico de Guapo, great pickup. Anyone from the Ravens is going to be great. Mark Andrews is a good red zone target. So you can either hit him with the play action from Lamar to Derrick Henry and then pop it over to the top to Mark Andrews. So good pickups with the running backs and the tight ends from Baltimore. George Kittle, KxngTrizz, and Raheem Mostert to myself, Slick. Sixth round, Joe Burrow, Slick, Dak Prescott, KxngTrizz, Tua, Pico de Guapo, Cooper Kupp, Thelonious Punt, Brock Purdy, them boys, Rashid Rice, J.D. Grams, Dalton Kincaid, Houston boys, Drake London, Team Donnie, Evan Ingram, Central C, Kyle Pitts, C Blizzy. Seventh round, Jalen Waddle, C Blizzy, Ramondre Stevenson, Central C, Aaron Rodgers, Team Donnie, Tajay Spears, Houston boy, Mike Williams, J.D. Grams, Amari Cooper, them boys, Zay Flowers, Thelonious Punt, James Conner, Pico de Guapo, George Pickens, KxngTrizz, Jake Ferguson, Slick. Eighth round, Justin Tucker, Slick. He can put up numbers, and he's guaranteed points because he does not miss that often. So I will stand by drafting Justin Tucker earlier. Malik Neighbors, KxngTrizz, Najee Harris, Pico de Guapo, DeAndre Swift, Thelonious Punt, Christian Kirk, them boys, Chiefs defense for J.D. Graham, Tank Dell, Houston boy, Harrison Butker, Team Donnie, Brock Bowers, Central C, Aaron Jones, C Blizzy. Ninth round, Anthony Richardson, C Blizzy, Kyler Murray, Central C, T Higgins, Team Donnie, Javonte Williams, Houston boy, Tyler Boyd, J.D. Grams, Zamir White, them boys, Browns defense, Thelonious Punt, Jordan Love, Pico de Guapo, David Montgomery, KxngTrizz, Calvin Ridley, Slick. 10th round, Ezekiel Elliott, Slick, Brian Robinson Jr., KxngTrizz, Terry McLaurin, Pico de Guapo, Chris Godwin, Thelonious Punt, Keenan Allen, them boys, Khalil Herbert, J.D. Grams, Adam Thielen, Houston boy, Tony Pollard, Team Donnie, Christian Watson, Central C, Caleb William, C Blizzy. 11th round, Jackson Smith, I don't know how to say his last name, I apologize. C Blizzy, Jordan Addison, Central C, Steelers defense and special teams, Team Donnie, DeAndre Hopkins, Houston boy, Brennan Aubrey, JD Grams, Austin Eckler, them boys, David Njoku, Thelonious Punt, Jason Sanders, Pico de Guapo, Jake Elliott, KxngTrizz, Bills defense, Slick. I think I messed up. I should have grabbed the Cowboys. We'll see. Chuber Hubbard, Slick. Keon Coleman, KxngTrizz. 49ers defense, Pico de Guapo, Kaimi Fairbairn, Thelonious Punt. Jets defense, them boys. Rashad Bateman, JD Grams. Jake Moody, Houston boy. Pat Fairmouth? Is that Fairmouth? I'm not sure. Team Donnie. Cowboys defense, Central C. Ravens defense, C Blizzy. 2 more rounds. Round 13. TJ Hawkinson, C Blizzy. Zach Moss, Central C. Greg Zerline, Team Donnie. Dolphins defense, Houston boy. Chase Brown, JD Grams. Young Ho Koo, them boys. Dallas Goddard, Thelonious Punt. Cole Kmet, Pico de Guapo, Dalton Schultz, KxngTrizz, Taysom Hill, Slick. Last round, we had Devin Singletary, Slick. Saints defense, KxngTrizz. Eagles defense, Pico de Guapo. Gus Edwards, Thelonious Punt. Kirk Cousins, them boys. Matthew Stafford, JD Grams. Jalen Warren, Houston boy. Deontay Johnson, Team Donnie. Cairo Santos, Central C. And Evan McPherson, C Blizzy. Those were the draft picks in order. Like I was saying earlier, maybe JD Grams isn't really understanding how to draft in fantasy. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully he can make adjustments. There's trades, there's waiver. And Houston boy, I don't like taking quarterbacks early, hopefully he knows what he's doing, maybe he doesn't want to miss out on good quarterbacks. So that's what he did. So right now, the ESPN app currently has the team ranks based off of the draft. Current ranks are as follows. C Blizzy with the number 1 team, KxngTrizz 2, Team Donnie 3, Thelonious Punt 4, Central C 5, Pico de Guapo 6, Dem Boys 7, Houston Boy 8, Slick 9, JD Grams 10. Now, we understand that these are just projections. It does not necessarily mean that this is how the outcome of the league will be, but these projections give you an idea of how well you drafted, how well you're doing. So that is how it goes. So with these picks, we go into the matchups of the week. There were no matchups, of course. We just did the draft. Week 1 starts this Thursday. So we have the matchups for week 1. The week 1 matchups are as follows. Central C going against Slick. Pico de Guapo going against Houston Boy. C Blizzy going against JD Grams. Dem Boys going against Team Donnie. And Thelonious Punt going against KxngTrizz. I think a few storylines, a few good games coming up. My game of the week would be Thelonious Punt against KxngTrizz. Their projections right now are 137. That is the 2 highest projections for 2 teams going into this week. I believe KxngTrizz, as I said earlier, is ranked 2nd in the league, and Thelonious Punt is ranked 4th. I believe that's going to be a good matchup. There's 2 teams that know what they're doing. Of course, they've played fantasy before. And they have it split down the middle, 50-50. It's anyone's game. So we'll see soon as, people start playing, people start recording stats, how that changes. But I believe that's the game of the week. And of course, we got Central C going against myself. I did not have a good season last year. We all know Central C had a good regular season, but then got an early exit by Pico in the 2nd round of the playoffs after having a bye. So record does not mean anything. You got to make the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, that's what really matters. I'm sure Central C will have things to say about my record last year and how it's going to be a cakewalk for him for this week 1 matchup against myself. I am confident in my team regardless of it having me being ranked second to last. Again, it's early. Projections aren't the full story. So I'm looking forward to my week 1 matchup with Central C. Another one to look at is C Blizzy going against JD Grams. C Blizzy had said that he has a bye week 1. He has zero confidence in JD Grams going into this matchup. ESPN has C Blizzy at 69% chance to win, with JD Grams at 31. JD Grams has someone who is out in his lineup, so we'll see how that goes. So C Blizzy saying he had a bye week 1. And I guess after that, I'm looking at them boys and Team Donnie. Team Donnie drafted pretty well. She does know how to win. We've said it all season long last year. So it would be interesting to see where she goes this year. And maybe she gets it together, maybe she doesn't. So to wrap it up, my game of the week that I'm looking at is Thelonious Punt going against the Commissioner, KxngTrizz. Although he has a new baby, he is not physically here to record or do these episodes at the moment. He is still 100% invested in fantasy football. So that will be a great matchup to see. Now, there weren't really much drama, of course. There's no games, not too much to talk about, not too much storyline, not any beef yet. So this is a quick episode before week 1. These are the matchups. These are the players. We're welcoming JD Grams. We are shouting out Otto Cleef. And we will see you guys next week with the outcomes of these matchups and thoughts from the team managers. So it has been a pleasure to be here for a second year. I am the co-commissioner and host Slick, and we'll see you in the next one.